one is it again? Getting recorded this weekend.
Thank you. Before I share my story of my socks, I'm going to do something I hope is okay. If I can get Team Billy Ray to stand up. And get you to come over here and stand by the piano. I need them to be seen because they shared the story that I'm about to share. While they're doing that, I'll tell you, just as Marty said, I lost my son last August, who was 17, who was also shot in the back, who also has a killer who is not behind bars. I will tell you that people say the pain gets easier, and it doesn't. It never goes away. The only difference is every day you learn how to better deal with it. Around January of last year, my son, Billy Ray, whom is on this shirt, came to me and said, "Mom, how do you build a community center?" My thought was, I don't know, but why do you ask? He said, because there's nowhere for kids on the east side to go. I sat and chatted with him and brainstormed some ideas, put it in his hands to next take action and decide what he wanted to do. Unfortunately, a few months later, he lost his life. I, for whatever reason, a couple days after hearing the news that he was no longer with us, decided that this was something that needed to happen. So a week later, I stood up at his funeral. I spoke to the audience, and one of the things I mentioned briefly was his dream for a community center. Little did I know that 2 days later, I'd have a group of kids holding a car wash to raise funds to go towards this community center. As I said before, I knew nothing about building a community center. I had no idea what avenue to take to even get started. But the interest of these kids let me know that they not only supported the idea, but they supported myself and my son. So from that point on, we started attending any meeting with any group of people that would listen to our story to say the kids on the east side need a safe place to go. Most recently, a group of these kids came to my house and they took a picture to show that they support Trayvon. In the putting together this idea of getting the community center, I started a foundation called the Billy Ray Shirley Foundation, and we're building funds to help maintain this community center if we ever get it. One of the things in doing that is the sales of shirts with my son's face on it. I did not dream that if I sold a shirt, which the highest sales comes from hooded shirts, would be, I never thought that if I sold a shirt to one of these kids that they would potentially be looked at as a suspect of doing something wrong. So they came together, put on their hooded sweatshirts, paid tribute to my son who's on the front, and Trayvon who was wearing a hooded shirt. We live in a world that is reactive. And I think it's time for us to get together and be proactive. Maybe if the 100 or so times that Zimmerman had called the police and his nightly neighborhood watches, maybe if someone had intervened, maybe Trayvon would be here. Maybe if there was a community center on the east side, maybe we would have some children that would be here because they weren't in trouble doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. I hope that we can now start to be proactive. Let's do something now instead of waiting until somebody loses their life. My motto has been, since I lost my son, is we lost one, but we will save many more. I hope that you all can spread that message. Support the Trayvons, support the Billy Rays, support injustice, overall. Thank you.
I'm going to ask you to join us in song that most of you probably know, We Shall Overcome. If you don't know it, there's these big red clumpy hymnals that are laying around here, and it's number 533. Kelvin's going to lead us in this, right, Kelvin?